I'm Patricia with Senior Connections Center. June 15th is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and we are counting down to World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Joining us today is the Honorable Stacy M. Butterfield, CPA, Polk County Clerk of the Circuit Court and County Comptroller. Clerk Butterfield, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, well, thank you for the invitation. It's my pleasure.
Now, the clerk's office has many areas of responsibility. Will you briefly share with us some of those responsibilities?
Yes, I'd love to. As the clerk of the Circuit Court and Comptroller, my office has over 1,000 different duties. I kind of divide them up into what I call hats, 3 different hats. I'm the clerk of the Circuit Court, and in that function is where most of our services and duties lie. And in that area, I am the keeper of the court records. Any case that is filed with the court is filed in the clerk's office. We keep up with the case from inception until final decision by the court as to the actions. We also summon jurors, we summon other people to court, collect money. We handle all kinds of injunctions for protection, including the vulnerable adult injunctions. In the second hat, I am the county official recorder. That's where your mortgages and your deeds are recorded, as well as marriage and passport services. And in the third hat, which is maybe the little known area as the county comptroller and clerk to the board, that's where I'm the chief financial officer for the county, and I maintain all of the county's financial records, prepare the reports, audit their records, their disbursements to make sure it's a valid disbursement of public funds.
That's a lot of things that your office does. This is the 3rd year your office has joined with us in recognizing World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and we appreciate your commitment to the seniors and the community. Most people would not think of the clerk's office in relation to elder abuse prevention. What is your office's role in the fight against elder abuse, neglect, and exploitation?
Yes, great question. Guardianship cases are those areas where sadly we find that there can be fraud or abuse of our vulnerable citizens of the wards. When I was first elected as the clerk in 2012, I established what is now a twice accredited office. The accreditation is by the Commission for Law Enforcement Accreditation. And in that area, that accreditation says our office is held to the highest standards in performing our work. In that area, I have a group of people that are dedicated to auditing those guardianship cases. We have over 1,000 guardianship cases in Polk County. And the duty of the Office of Inspector General when it comes to our elderly population is to audit those guardianship cases and to report their findings to the courts. In addition, that office also investigates and tries to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse of county funds. So it's a multifaceted mission of that particular office. In addition, in 2017, I was appointed by the Supreme Court to a work group that was called WINGS, and that stands for the Working Interdisciplinary Networks of Guardianship Stakeholders. And it was actually a nationwide movement, which Florida joined, in trying to gather all the stakeholders to look at improvements in the guardianship process. The third area in which I am involved with our vulnerable population is my Department of Inspector General is also one of only 6 clerks in the state that has an agreement with the Department of Elder Affairs to investigate potential claims against professional guardians throughout the state. So we have a geographic region we're assigned, and anytime they assign us to investigate a potential issue, we go out and we handle that investigation and make our report and findings to the Department of Elder Affairs.
And what are 3 suggestions you have for individuals to better protect themselves and their loved ones?
So One of the things we find in our investigations of the guardianship cases that I would say is a red flag is if the ward, the person, which the guardianship case is established, if the ward is being isolated from their family or friends or other people that they would normally see, that's a potential red flag, because they still, even though they are assigned a guardian, they should be able to enjoy their life and their their sense of being around others. So we do find when we actually go out and interview the wards, we will get information that, well, I haven't seen my son or daughter in X amount of time. So that's a red flag. So family members, make sure that you have access to your loved ones. And then if you have any information as about a ward and their guardian, if you seem to see that their guardian is living a lavish lifestyle, by and large, most of the guardians are there for the right reasons, doing the right things. There's a few that aren't, and those are the ones you need to look for, and those are some of the signs. The other thing that you can look for is unusual transactions, gift cards, unusual purchases of real estate transactions are an especially noticeable red flag when the guardianship is conducted. The guardian is trying to push for that, or vehicles, credit cards, frequent use of credit cards, any of those type signs that anyone, whether it be family or close friends of a ward, those are reasons that I would say you'd want to put in a complaint or a concern.
If someone does have a concern or complaint, how do they reach your office?
Yes, we have a hotline that's available 24 hours a day. It can be anonymous, and that hotline is 863-534-7776. And calling during those business hours or after hours, but call with specific information if you can, with specific names, specific incidences. As much detailed information is better to provide to us than vague generalities. It makes it easier for us to try to investigate, and we have the pertinent information. Again, you can remain anonymous. We would like for people to give us their information, because as we begin our investigation, if we could reach out to the person as we gather that information to either validate or gather additional information that would be helpful. You can mail something to us, to the Inspector General's office, and the address is P.O. Box 9000, drawer CC-14, Bartow, Florida 33831, and you can just title it Inspector General. Our Inspector General is, her name is Lita, L-I-T-A, McHugh, M-C-H-U-G-H, but if you don't remember that, just Inspector General. And you also go on our website, which is www.polkcountyclerk.net, and there's an area to report suspected fraud, waste, or abuse.
Clerk Butterfield, would you give us that phone number again and the website?
Yes, to reach our Department of Inspector General, the direct number is 863. All right, and one more time, that telephone number is 863-534-7776. Thank you so much for sharing the information about what our office can do to help our elderly population.
Well, thank you, Clerk Butterfield, for joining us today. And just a reminder to everyone, World Elder Abuse Awareness Day is June 15th. Wear purple and join us for our virtual event, 10 o'clock. More information on our Facebook page.